a little bit of that. So I was a little bit more prepared to hear that.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of twisted information too.
And it was here and there and this and that and all over the place. And I was talking to Mutti, and he goes, I said, I'm not sure it was our best work. And he said, why? I said, well, I think it was just a lot. You know, it was like giving like graduate level information, and we're all starting at square one.
Yeah, but I think Motti is probably used to giving that level of information in general.
He is, you know.
So he just went full speed.
But he did. He does not take any, you know, and took a lot of prisoners along the way. But but so we talked about it afterward. And hi everybody. We were just recapping our session from last week. And it was kind of a crash course, a doctorate level thesis in all of the things that are happening behind the curtain in the upper worlds that in some way we're able to all distill down into layman's terms at our level of why bad things happen and how do we process them, how do we interpret them, and how do we put that through our filter of not becoming so emotionally traumatized and paralyzed by all the things that happen in our world on a daily basis. So, and Mochi's just now walking in to join us. Hi. So, Mochi, we were just giving a recap, and all of the gals were saying that their brains exploded a little bit last week from the information. So, we said, based on what you shared with us, that it was important backstory of what we needed.
Yeah.
So now today we're going to be able to really distill it down into like basics, like 101. How do we process in our life when we see bad things or tough things or challenges happening in the world around us? Like, let's just take our lives, for example, okay? We had so many things happen to us this week. We thought we were going for a week of strategic planning. 5 days of strategic planning in the Grand Canyon. We weren't even out of town before things started being pummeled at us. And it was one after the other after the other. Have y'all ever, do you know the game, like the video game Tetris? So there's a video game Tetris, and you have to fit all the things in the right order, and you pass one level, and then what happens? It starts going faster. And then faster, and then faster, and finally it's just like raining things on you, and you're just as fast as you can trying to organize things and put them in a level. And we have to live in a way that we don't feel like we're just here to suffer, and we're just here to deal with whatever happens. So how do we take everything we learned last week and truly distill it down and simplify it through our own perception that when I'm facing challenges, you used a lot of really heavy words, like things like elevated lights or hidden lights, or we have to see the whole big picture, right? That as in this lifetime, the best analogy that I ever heard was when we see things happening, like let's take October 7th as an example, okay? It's like we walk into a movie theater for a murder scene, and we have no idea what happened in the movie up until then. So for all 5,780 some odd years, but up till now, there are a lot of things building to this, and we as innocent bystanders to what's happening, we don't know the whole story. There's no way we could comprehend and process, like we can't answer what happened in the Holocaust. But yet, if we have the right amount of faith and trust, and we can properly process the big picture, we can, what does Armashbia say, that you can feel without being engaged? I have to turn the fans on. I'm so hot. Turn the fans on. Okay, so.
Feel without getting worked up, everybody.
Feel without getting worked up. Thank you. How do we turn the fans on?
נשים את רימוט או
Okay.
should be. פאטר משה. משה, יכולת לתת אותם לעבודים?
כן, היה כאן אנשים.
איפה שלו?
צריך להיות פה.
בבקשה. צדיק
לא נגעתי פה, אבל...
Sorry. Please forgive the minor technical difficulty.
אוקיי.
Okay.
השתבח שם. אוי, so?
You're up. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so... Hey, good evening. Sorry for being late. Had to fix something before. It was all crammed into traveling in here and trying to fix everything before I start here because there's another shiur and it's okay, so... Let's start with the elevated lights, so we understand something. We talked a little bit last week about the whole concept of how the world was structured and what is our job in this whole universe. And as Jewish people, we are here doing part of the work that Hashem needs to do here in this world. He's using us for it. Okay, basically we are part of Him, like we said. We're part of Hashem, little part of Hashem, and using the body as a vehicle. I'm just kind of summarizing. Using the body as a vehicle, and that vehicle has to go wherever your godly soul, part of Hashem, wants to go. If it goes in the wrong place, so it is being controlled by the animalistic soul, not by the godly soul, and therefore it's not doing its job. Okay, so imagine you're going to your car. You decide you're going to go to school, and the car drives to downtown. I say, I don't want to go there, I want to go the other. And you try to fight with the wheel, and the wheel is not turning, it's locked. It's going to downtown, and you're not going to be downtime, and you get upset, and you scream and yell, and it's nothing going to happen. The car is going to go downtown. It's not going to change. So it's how the godly soul feels, right? So the godly soul is over there, knows the truth, knows where the body needs to go, and the body decides it's going somewhere else. Instead of doing something it wants to do, it do something that it wants to do. Not what the neshama wants, not what the soul
So you're
wants.
talking about the war between the animal soul and the godly soul.
Yes.
Okay.
So now, everything that's happening to us is actually helping us. All Hashem is doing is helping us to put things in the right order. Okay, so that which is like we said, the godly soul, who is the queen, is in control, and the mystic soul, which is the maid, is actually doing its job and serving the queen, like it should be. Not like it was for 5,751 years from the creation of the world until the Rebbe told us that those things are over. Because how it used to be is that the mystic soul was in control, and not the godly soul. Okay, so everything that's happening to us is to get out of that mode. So when
It's literally an invisible shift in energy that's happened in the last 30 years, is what you're saying.
Yeah, it started in 1991.
Okay.
Okay, that's when the Rebbe told us. It says it's over. It started now we can do that shift. We're not limited. Beforehand, you were limited. If you were born with a trait, you cannot change them. At most, you are able to control them. At most, you're able to control your thought. You're able to control your speech or your action. But you could not change the nature of who you are completely. You couldn't. You can just control it to the point it's not bothering. That's the highest level we could get. Today we can change it completely. Not only that, it's required of us, the Rebbe said, and we need to be able to exercise our powers, which is basically become like any other righteous person you've ever heard in the books. Now I'm not there. I'm just reciting what the Rebbe said. Okay, we all have to work on ourselves. So, when you are starting to connect with God, when you starting to come what's called in the gate of Kedusha, gate of holiness, what's happening to you? All the difficulty starts to happen. Why? Why is difficult? All I want to do is I want to come to the synagogue. Why you have to give me all the problems? Why I have to have this problem in the morning and that problem I couldn't sleep at night and suddenly I want to do something good, closer to Hashem, closer to God, and then everything goes the other way around. I start keeping Shabbat, I'll make less money. I start doing it. So everything is difficult. Why? Okay? And then the person is getting, in the beginning, he's in light, so it's okay. And then he's like, okay, enough.
Enlightened meaning he's inspired.
Yeah, he's inspired. Inspired. He's okay. So okay, fine. I'm so inspired. I don't care what's happening around me. After a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, okay, it's enough. You know, how much time do I have to go through these difficulties? When is it over? When did I get like the cautious step? Okay, that's it. I'm done. I'm good. Okay. So the answer is never. Why never? Because, like we said, I don't have to think of it last week, that our problem, or the whole world's problem with the virus that has been penetrated to our psychic, to our awareness, is that good is easy. Okay? Good is easy. Good is no work. Good is everything just falling on me from the sky. Everything I want, whenever I want, as much as I want, or as little as I want. Okay, that's the virus. It's not like this, because how we can prove it? How we can prove it? When a person goes through life with everything comfortable for him, does he grow?
No.
Take second generation millionaires. Okay, what happened to them statistically? Right?
They're spoiled losers.
Exactly, and they usually
Lose the money.
blow their money. There's nothing left.
At least by
The
third
parents work so hard, huh?
At least by third generation.
Yes, 30 years already gone.
Yeah.
So that's when there is no resistance to a person. When there's no resistance, there's no growth. Okay, so then you try to come to some kind of sense of accomplishment, and you can't do it because, like, okay, everything is done. What's there for me to do? So what happens to these people? They go to drugs, they go to try to do all kinds of stupid stuff. They waste their money in a stupid way because they don't know what to do with themselves. It's a curse. It's not a blessing. People think, oh, if my father would say so much money, I will never have to worry my life. No, maybe you won't have to worry about money, but you would have nothing else. You have everything else but life. Life you will not have. Okay, because life, chayut, right, is coming from necessarily from resisting the material, because the material is the antithesis of spiritual. And if you are a true life, it's spiritual life. Physical life, they're here, what, 120 years? Okay, great, you better 120, wonderful. Okay, then you go, then what? That's it, you're not alive anymore.
Yeah, but that's a pretty godlistic thing to say.
What?
That material is the antithesis of spiritual.
Wait. It is how it was created. There's spirituality and materiality. Don't connect. The antithesis of spirituality is materiality, and the other way around. They don't connect. What's happening in ultimate redemption? They both connect and coexist, and you can have two opposites, and you can bring them all together in the best way possible to reveal godliness in them. Then you discover that actually the material is actually godliness even more than spiritual.
There's where I was going.
Okay, but I'm not going there right now. This is more advanced. So I'm going in stages. Okay? So materiality and spirituality don't connect. In fact, there is a miracle that Hashem does every second for the soul to remain in the body. It's not happening by nature. The minute that the soul could, or the second the soul could, it would depart the body right away. But Hashem is forcing the soul to be in the body. So, because
I think you bring up a good point there, though.
What?
Because I think, like, one of the things I did not know as a kid is that Hashem is recreating the world every moment.
yeah,
I was taught he created it once,
and then autopilot.
and then that's it. Like, it's here. On the first, 6 days of creation, and then we're all still existing from that one moment of creation.
Mm-hmm.
But if Hashem stopped creating the world at any moment, we would all cease to exist.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, so now circle back that to what you're saying right now.
Okay, so אלוקות זה בהתחדשות. אלוקות is renewed energy.
Yes.
והעולם, כן, זה בהתיישנות, זה בקביעות. It's set. It doesn't change. Okay? So
Say it in English.
If you look at godliness it's like a renewed energy. It's always renewed. It's never static. The world is static. In fact, the world wants to be static. It doesn't want to move. You don't want to change. You don't want everything is the way it is. I want to have my own habits. This is all antithesis of godliness.
Comfortable.
Yeah, the comfortable. It's a fake understanding of my true job in this world. To think that comfort is what I'm after. right, is the biggest flaw in the way of thinking. So when I'm understanding, and I'm going to finish the first one, I'm going to go back to this. When I'm understanding that the difficulty is actually a blessing, like if I have a kid and I love the kid, and the kid is a problematic kid, okay, I'm sitting with him and I'm working with more and more, and I'm challenging him and I'm with him all the time, and I have another kid who's actually doing very well on his own, I must make so much time with him. I'm spending good time with the problematic one. Why? Because I know that the one who's not problematic, he can actually do it on his own. He doesn't need me so much. But the problematic one, he needs me. So I'm investing all the time, energy in him. And the problematic one is like going to say, like, why you on me all the time? Leave me alone. Go to him. Why you always come to me? Why am I always the problem? Why you always have to spend all this time with me? Leave me alone. Right? I don't understand what you want from me. Well, I want you to do better. Well, it's okay. I'll do better by myself. I don't need you. Okay? So why does a kid feel like this? Because you there all the time on him, trying to stretch him to get out of the comfort zone, to change and to realize his potential. He just wants to be left alone because of the nature of the animistic soul. And I mean, like I said, this is the virus in the system. Okay? In the same exact thing way as us in Hashem. Okay? You don't want to be close to Hashem, it's okay, no problem. Go and you're going to get all what you want in this world. Where you're going to get from the other side. What's the other side? The other side is the side of opposite of holiness. It's actually can only what we call in Aramaic the other side. It can only give you what it has to give you. What does it have? He has the world. It can give you only material things. It can only give you material things. It can't give you anything spiritual because it doesn't have it. So if it wants to catch you, it's no problem. I'm going to give you the money. I'm going to give you the cover, the honor. I'm going to give you the family. I'm going to give you everything you want in this world. Just give me your soul. That's what I need. Take everything. Just give me your soul. And when you're giving me your soul, that's it. I'm done. I'm going to make sure you get everything. And plenty. Yes, the other side. And plenty of that. So now when the person says, okay, I don't want all this stuff, I don't want all the materiality, I want truth, I want a spiritual connection. So I'm going after God. I'm going after God. What ended up happening to me, like we said earlier, it's all going downhill. Everything is difficult. I lose my money, the kids are problematic, I'm fighting with my husband, I'm doing this, everything's collapsing. What am I supposed to do? All I want to do is before nothing happened, before everything was good. Everything was great. Now everything is going downhill. Okay, so going back to the equation within the beginning, that good, in the term that we call it good and comfortable, is actually bad. Pushing us and challenging us and putting us in a place where we're not comfortable, that is the true kindness of Hashem to us. Because if He doesn't care about us, He will leave us in the hand of the Sitracha of the other side, and the other side is going to give us everything we want. And we're just going to cruise through life. And then we're going to go at the age of 120, and we're going to stand there, and you know what Gehenom, the toughest part of Gehenom, there's many things, but you know the toughest part? Is that they put you over there, and you understand what God is, and you get the notion, it's like, whoa, I missed big time, and they show you each and every moment of your life, what you could have chosen, and how it will look like if you chose right, and again, and again. And you keep feeling the same shame and the same sense of
But you were meant to do that.
Huh?
But that was what you were meant to do.
What you
Choose the wrong decision.
Well, wait. You don't. It's okay. We said Chassidut the Father. Before you make a decision, you're in the freedom of choice.
Right, but you were meant to go that way.
After you made a decision, that's already divine providence. Okay, so if I'm sitting over here and I know you, and you want to throw something at me because I know you, okay? You have the thought. I want to throw something at me. He knows me. I'm holding myself, and then you can't hold yourself anymore, and you throw something at me. Okay? I'm deserved of what you did. Okay? You did not have to be the messenger. Somebody would have to throw something at me. It doesn't have to be you.
Right.
Okay? Okay. So the fact that you chose to be that person is going to be the executioner of God. Okay? You chose to be the executioner. Unknowingly, because you think it's just somebody because I'm annoying. You don't know there's a decree on me, somebody's going to throw something at me because there's something else or somebody else. You don't know all those stuff. You just know I'm annoying. Okay, and because you didn't conquer your inclination to hurt me, and you did, right? You have cheshbon with God and with me, because I have to forgive you. You have to ask me forgiveness, and you have to ask God for forgiveness, right? But the fact that somebody had to throw something at me, it was already decreed from above. It's nothing to do with you.
Right.
Okay, so going back to what you said, it had to happen. You had to make the mistake.
But we're still accountable for the power of choice.
Yes, the situation had to happen. It didn't have to be you. Make sense? There's many messengers. And each and every one of us is a messenger. Okay? So you didn't have to choose bad.
I'm not talking about hurting somebody. I'm talking
I'm just
about
an example. It's an
mistakes.
example.
Okay,
So it can be, you can throw it to anything else.
Right.
Okay, give me an example of mistake.
Mistake. You can even love somebody by mistake. You know what I'm saying? Like make a decision to love someone that's not the right person for you or whatever. But you were meant to have that journey in order to go through tshuva and realize your mistake and God put you in a difficult situation so that you can have more emunah and like change yourself.
You're right, but something started before that triggered that. Okay, so
Of
it's
course.
like, you know what it's like? It's like GPS, okay? I need to go right now, okay, to the JCC. I put the GPS, JCC. It tells me go over here, turn left and Scottsdale. Okay? And I don't listen to the GPS, I turn right. It recalculates, okay, go turn again, it's chase left, go to 74, go up, and I continue on shape. Recalculate again. At the end, I'm going to go to JCC. It may take me 2 hours, because I'm not listening to the GPS. Okay? But I put myself in this whole detour.
Yeah, but she's talking about when you said on Judgment Day. That's where she is not understanding.
We get there, but let's understand that first. So this whole detour I created with my possibility of choices, of what I made. Okay? Now, it could be that was the only way, okay, for my soul to go through that journey. It could be. It could be. Still, I made a choice. Okay, I made a choice. Nobody made it for me, so we can't take away the power of choice from any of us. We all liable for our choices. So when we go at the end of days, God is not charging us. Hey, you're supposed to be an electrical engineer. How did you end up doing sales, whatever you do? So what do you mean? I'm supposed. I didn't have a chance. Nobody. I didn't grow up in a place where sent me to university. I didn't go to university. Blah blah blah. Whatever. I cannot be like that. Nobody's good. Katuv, it says that Hashem does not complain to people why they didn't do something they cannot do. Hashem does exactly what they do. Huh?
Or didn't know better.
Yeah,
sometimes you make a choice because you don't know.
Exactly. If you didn't know it, nobody's going to judge you for not knowing.
Right.
Okay? But here's the thing. If you know, if God knows that in your power is to go from this place to that place, it's no problem. And you didn't do it. So the question is, why didn't you do that? You know you could do it. I know you can do it, God says. So what's the deal? I'm not asking you to be her or her or her. I mean, everybody's different. We don't. And this is, by the way, the biggest mistake people do. What is the mistake? I'm judging everybody by my index. Who cares about your index? Your index is your own index. You judge yourself. And you say, between you and God, leave the other person out of it. And you look at the other person, oh, you should have done like this, should have done this, and we're going to a different world right now. But anyway, point is that we're looking at the world in our set of eyes and the way we understand it, but it doesn't mean that this is the only options I've had. Okay, I had other options that we have done differently in different choices. Okay, now, and we all have the problem. We all have it. But again, only for the tests that we actually are able and we have the capacity to succeed. That's what we're being judged for.
Well, Hashem's not going to give us any test that we can't pass.
Yeah, you're right. But sometimes after you already pass the test, she's downhill like that, downhill, because the only way to fix yourself is to go down that downhill and to come back. But why? Because before I made a mistake of what I'm not supposed to be doing. Again, it's not. I'm not working. And the Dr. Rebbe explained in Tanya, says that a Jew does not want to be disconnected from Hashem and cannot be disconnected from Hashem. The only time he's doing something against Hashem is because he thinks he's still connected to Hashem. So if I'm going and doing something negative against God, okay, I'm not doing it because I want to go against God on purpose. Nobody does. I'm doing it because I think that if I'm going to do that, I'm still going to be connected. He's not going to care so much. And what can I do? I'm weak. He'll understand me. Or I don't even think about it because I don't even think there's even a chance to be disconnected. So, to answer that question, at the end of the day, everything I do dictates the route I'm going to take for the rest of my life here on this planet. Okay? Something not under my control. I didn't choose the vehicle, the body. I didn't choose it. I didn't choose where to be born. Who are going to be my parents? What going to be my environment? I didn't choose any of this stuff.
Did you really not?
No.
You did.
Well, yeah. I'm talking about. Yes, you did. You did in spirit. Your neshama chose it, but your okay.
Consciousness,
so
your physical
our
consciousness.
physical
did not.
consciousness did not choose. Did not
Correct.
choose it.
Correct.
Okay. Our spiritual consciousness, absolutely yes. Knew everything, exactly who and when and why, and explain, agree from the beginning of creation to the end of creation. We agree to everything. Okay, we're part of the whole decision. But, not to lose track of this whole thing, going back to in full circle, when I make a decision, any decision, okay, it was my choice, with the set of tools I have. And that's why the Mishnah says, Al tadin et chavercha shtegia limkomo, do not judge your fellow friend until you come to his place. When we to his place, his place is okay. His mental capacity, his upbringing, his situation of the day, what he went through this day. Since you cannot understand that place over his holding, when he's in the sin, then shut up and don't judge him. Bottom line, you can't judge anyone. Because you can never understand what they're going through. We don't. We can barely understand what we're going through. When the other person what he's going through, we can't. So we don't judge anybody. So the whole idea of being able to reconcile in our mind that difficulty is good. God challenging us because He knows what we are able to achieve, and He's putting more time and energy on us because we want to come close to Him. We want to get close to Him, so it becomes more difficult. Okay? Because the comfort and the ease, this is not what is meant for us to have. Okay? Now, it doesn't mean that in the ultimate redemption it's not going to be good and comfortable and everything. It will be. But you know why? Because the evil is going to be completely removed from the world. There's not going to be any evil. Because there's no evil and there's no bad, there's nothing bad, therefore there's nothing to fight against. There's nothing to be challenged by. Okay, so there's no more challenges. There's no need to grow. Why? Because the growth is not coming from beating the sitra achad the other side. The growth coming just by connecting to a higher and higher and higher level of godliness. So it's all spiritual growth that's happening just by nature of connecting with godliness and keep ascending and ascending and ascending as much as you can. Okay? Now, in our time right now, which is already, we're in the hybrid times. Okay, the hybrid times means we are in the days of Mashiach, but we're not in the ultimate redemption yet. So we're on the stage when the evil is completely gone and there's only revealed godliness. We still see hidings. We still see that God is not everywhere. But if we really open our eyes, we can see God more and more and more and more. I don't know if you guys are paying attention to it or not, but when I'm looking all the time what's happening in the world and how people analyze things happening to them, a lot of time I mean people, not even religious, saying yeah, because of that they're finding God in the events that happen to them. I don't know if they're telling me because the way I look, but that's what I hear from them all the time. So people say yes, it's divine providence, yes, it's this, it's that. Where it's a second ago, God created the world, everything, every moment again. That means He must be involved in everything. So if something negative happening to me right now, it must be from God, and He's all good. And because He's all good, that particular thing happened to me must be good for me. But I don't see how. But it doesn't matter.
But what if it's the same thing over and over? What if you
Perfect.
have like one test
Okay. So,
and you're still
what's the
stuck
answer?
on that?
Perfect
what's
question. What's the answer?
Well, that's why I'm asking the rabbi.
The answer is
You
that I didn't
haven't
pass the
learned
test
it.
yet.
Yeah.
So I didn't pass the test. So I can tell you about myself, okay? I have difficulties. I talk about my own test. I have difficulties to be able to manifest all the money that I know I'm supposed to manifest. I want to do the shlichut, to do the mission over here. We have a mission. We know we're doing a good mission. All the money that comes, let's go to the mission. So it's like, so what's your problem? Send the money. Why should I have a problem sending the money? The money is already there waiting. My problem is that if I'm going to get the money, I think that I've created it. So until I'm going to learn that the money is coming in has nothing to do with me. I'm really going to, not just in Sechel, in Sechel I know it, in thinking I know it, but I have to feel it. I have to be it. I have to internalize it. When I internalize that, all floods going to be gates going to open and everything going to start falling from the sky. I know it for sure 100%.
But don't you daven for it to happen?
I do. But
And it's davening. It's not for you. You're not saying I want the money. You're asking the money possessed so that you can give it.
absolutely, I do. I'm already past that stage. I davened for it, didn't work. I'm always like, okay, you know what? I'm praying not to bother you, so the money is going to work. Don't put it for me. Send somebody else to do it, not me. Get somebody. If I'm bothering you, replace me. I want the shlichut, I want the mission to succeed. I'm already in that level of praying. I'm stop praying for the I will do it. In the beginning, when I was doing it, okay, it didn't work. So we're advancing, right? So we're going higher level. So now I'm davening is not to bother. I don't want to be. I don't want to be a block, a roadblock in God's mission. Okay, I want to either be gone and not being a roadblock, or be a contributor. If I'm not a contributor, remove me, put somebody else instead of me. Okay, that's the point. That's the level that we're working on our mindset. But yet I'm not there, because if I was there, I know for sure 100% because I'm not taking the money for myself. So I know for sure that the money would have come. There's no doubt in my mind. So I know I'm the problem. Why am I not able to fix it? I'm working on it. I'm working on my spiel. I'm working on stuff. I'm getting to different ideas all the time. I didn't solve the equation yet. Hopefully one day I will. but the difference is today than 2 and 3 and 4 years ago that we're in the same situation is that today I can look at it from this point of view that I'm talking about right now. Before, I was suffering. I was getting angry about it. I don't understand what God wants for me. I was asking why all the time. I was going through this whole process that today doesn't bother me anymore. Today I can be with $200 in the bank account and I have to pay $50,000 tomorrow. I don't know how I'm going to get it, and I'm like, okay, Hashem, this is your problem. Mine, not mine. I don't know how. And somehow there's money somewhere, so can I borrow that? Can I pay the meantime? Yeah, I'm going to give you back in 1 week. I don't know how I'm going to get in 1 week, but I don't know, 1 week I'm going to give you back the money. Bring the money in the meantime. Let me pay and think about it afterwards. Because it's not me. I'm not failing. If I'm starting to be afraid, how can I do? Let's close down everything because I don't have the money. Right? That's me. If I'm thinking based on my capacity of understanding, I'm stopping everything. I say, I can't continue. Because 1 plus 1 equals 2, and now you're asking me to do 1 plus 1 equals 25. It doesn't work. So I'm a very practical person. So for me, 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 means failure. Done. Let's close it down. Let's stop. And that's how it was. And every time I came to the Rebbe and asked him about for the first 3 years to close the school. And the Rebbe every time told me that I hear you have success in the school. Keep adding more kids and keep adding more teachers and more. Every time, five times in a row within 3 years. And we were the Rebbe. Every time we were like, okay, it's impossible to continue. And here we are. We're 6 years into this. Okay, we're not doing much better in terms of the struggle with the financials. But there's a lot more kids being impacted, and the mission is working. Okay, it can it work better? For sure. If we were able to actually do our job and not to be a roadblock and to allow the abundance to come in, great, it would be even better. Okay, so the point of view of looking at everything changes. Why? Because you have this information that we're talking about right now and last week. And with this information, you can change your entire perspective and everything is happening to you. So, and it's not something new. It's not a new age thinking in Judaism. The Gemara says that a person has to say a blessing on the negative thing that's happened to him, just like he's saying a blessing on the good thing that happened to him. So there's a story. I said a few times in our shiurim that someone came to Rabbi Elimelech Menizhensk. He was the one of the students of the Magidim from Mizrich. And he came to me and said, you know, Rabbi, I want to know how does the Gemara says I have to say bracha on negative, just like I say on positive. It's impossible. I don't understand it. He said, okay, go to my brother, Reb Zushe. Go ask him the question. He will be able to answer the question. He goes over there. He finds him living in Anipoli was a poor people's city, but within that city he lived in like the lousiest street, and in the lousiest house. When there's not even a table, there's nothing. They're coming in. Say, oh, you heard there's guests coming in. Yeah, bring in the guests. Tell his wife, let's make lunch for them. So she brings him one, soup with one potato, and they cut the potato to like the kids and the guests, and he looked at everything, and the guy he's like, how is this rabbi living? And it's like, it's impossible. And he said to him, no, Rabbi, he feel like it's bothering him because he doesn't have anything. Nice to share the only soup he has with him, and he just want to leave because he feels like is a big encumbrance on the rabbi. So he said to the rabbi, I just want one question to leave. He said, ask me after we finish eating. Let's celebrate. So after he finished eating, he said, okay, I want to ask you a question. He said, okay, how do I make a blessing on something negative just like I'm saying a blessing on something positive? So Dusha tells him, sorry, I can't help you. He said, why? He said, because I've never had such a test. Okay? So what does it mean? It's all matter of perspective. If you think that something negative happens to you, then you're right, you cannot say a blessing on it. Because God is good, how can you bless something negative? But if you understand that the negative is actually exactly what God wants, and if God wants it to happen right now, it must be good. Therefore, I'm saying a blessing. In fact, you cannot say God's name in vain. You can't say bracha levatala, like a blessing. There's a rule. Safek b'chol le'akel. So if you have a safek, if you have a doubt, if you have to say blessing on something or not, don't say the blessing. It's better not to say it. Why? Because you're mentioning God's name for no reason. You bring God into here for no reason. For why you brought it over here? Why you bring me over here? So if the Torah tells you to say bracha on the negative, you bring God's name. You say Baruch Ata Hashem Hatov V'Hametiv. Bless you, God, Hashem, our Lord, the King of the universe, that you are good and you do goodness. So if I don't believe it, how can I say blessing on it? The bracha levatala, it's a bracha, it's not in its place. You can't say that. So therefore, we have to just shift our perspective. The perspective is everything. Shifting perspective allows us to be able to look at all the negativity and all the darkness as positive. And how much time we got?
One last question.
No, but there's one more question I want to explain this.
Okay. I don't know.
Okay.
What time is it?
I don't know. So one very important concept, okay? Light, in the Hasidut explained, light is revelation. Okay? Something revealed to me. I can see it. It's light. Okay? Darkness is concealment and hiding, right? Okay. So every time there is revelation, okay, any type of revelation is hiding on the object and not revealing the object. In other words, if I want to reveal something to you in my mind, I'm trying to choose the world and to reveal to you what I think. But it's not truly what I think. Because I'm trying to break it down to you in a way that you can understand me. Right? But what I think is more complex or has many more verticals that I cannot cramp only into one session and whatever it is, okay? But if you could connect with me in my mind, okay, we could have telepathy, we could become one mind, you would just understand everything, right? Hypothetically speaking. Mm-hmm. Okay. So when there is revelation, when there is light, you don't really get connected with anything. There is you, there is what revealed to you, so there is separation. When it becomes one, there is no revelation, it's darkness. Why darkness? Darkness is lack, there's no such a thing darkness, right? What is darkness?
Absence of light.
Absence of light. Okay? There's no light, means there's no revelation. Why? Because you become one. When you become one with God, in the darkness. In the toughest time, you become one with God. There's no revelation. No revelation. If there is revelation, there is God. What's revealed to me, and there is me. Thank you, God, for doing this to me. I appreciate it. Talk to you later. Bye. Okay, then I'm going off to my own things. So when I want to become one, you have to understand that one is absence of light. Light is all the goodness and everything is happening to me, and I'm seeing it, it's revealed to me, and I can understand. And when you ask why and you don't understand everything, that's when you connect with God. That's when you connect it, because there is no revelation. You don't understand. Why? Because we're saying, if you remember, we talked about last week, when something comes, there's a light, it's coming from a hidden place, from the hidden worlds. It's above the world. It can't be revealed here. Why? If it's revealed, it's not that kind of light. That kind of light cannot shine in this world the way it is right now in material world. It has to come in a concealed way. What's the concealed way? It's negative. So the negative is bothering us. It's bothering us because we hope the negative to be positive. We want it to be easy. Who says that the pain is bad? We said also better this time. If I would put my hand in fire and it would not burn, it won't be painful, I would leave it there. And after 3 minutes, I will not have a hand. Be completely burned. So the pain is good, because the pain is there to push us into the right direction. So when God making things difficult for us, it's because He want to push us. You're off the derech, you're off the path. I have to bring you back. And things happening, you start asking, okay, what's wrong? You just ask a second, okay, it keeps happening again and again and again. So what's wrong? If it didn't happen, nothing would be wrong. You continue in the same exact path. So the pain that's happening to us, the uncomfortable situations happening to us, is Hashem is hugging us and say, please, my dear son, my dear daughter, move off to the other side. You're on the wrong path. And if once we discover that the good, the negative thing happening is actually goodness of Hashem, it's coming from a higher, elevated place. Hashem cannot just tell it to us, because it's not going to be our change. Somebody came to the Rebbe one time, he says, you know, if the Rebbe would tell me to grow a beard, I probably would, but I cannot do it on my own. So the Rebbe said, I'm going to tell you. They said, why? Because it's going to be my beard, not yours. And it's supposed to be your beard, not mine. Okay, so God wants us to do the job, not that He will do it for us. The whole idea of elevating the body and the mystic soul and directing them into godliness, that's the job that we have as a godly soul in these bodies. Each and every one of us. That's the job we have. But if we are complaining about it and we're staying away from the difficulties and we want to go for it's easy, then we're not doing our job.
So, a lot of times we come home at the end of the day and Mochi will say, you know, how was it at school today? I'm like, lots of elevated lights.
Yeah.
Lots of hidden lights.
Elevated lights, exactly.
So can you explain to us one more time in summary, what does hidden lights mean? What does elevated lights mean? It doesn't just mean everything that's happening to me bad, I'm going to go elevated lights, elevated lights, elevated lights. But how can I actually process it?
Okay, so you say, first of all, you say, the Rebbe said that just by announcing it elevated light, you already did 90% of the job.
Because you neutralize the
negativity, because otherwise you're going to start, because if I'm not saying elevated light, what am I saying? I'm asking
Woe
why,
is me.
or what's wrong with me, it's like this and that, it's like, wow, why is she doing it to me, why did I do it to her, you see, I was nice, I spoke, I said, I mean, like, why is she turning against me? You start, you actually falling into the hand of the other side, of Shidracha.
Okay.
That's what's happening. So when you're saying elevated light, you dismiss everything first and foremost. Why? Because nothing that happened over here has any merit. It's all elevated light. It's all what God wanted to just bring me. God loves me. He hugs me. That's what happened. He shows me the way. Okay, now you go to the next level and say, okay, so we say it's elevated light. There's nothing wrong with you or with you or with you or with you. We all had a fight. Okay? So what's wrong with me that I even got a fight? I have to ask myself the question. That's what the Baal Shem Tov says. If I am in a negative situation, why am I there? Why me? This means something to do with me. So the fact that you two fought and I happened to be there and I happened to help and then I got hurt from your fight, I didn't do anything. I was just overall, I was just passing by. I saw your fight and I came to help and then somebody punched me in the face. So I asked myself, why am I being punched in the face? Not to say how negative these people are, that I just came to help and somebody punched me in the face. Okay, so first of all, I'm announcing that it is elevated light, meaning it's like I said earlier, it's light from above the world that cannot include in this world in a revealed way. It can be, because it's a hidden light. It's elevated one. It's not something that's actually here. By announcing it, now I'm saying to look at, okay, so why am I'm in this situation? What is bothering me that, I'll say it differently, if everything is good like we said earlier, what's wrong with me that I think is bad? Why is the problem? Why do I think it's bad? If I think it's bad, that means I'm not processing it right.
And
it must be
the
good.
last piece is that it's the animal soul versus the godly
exactly.
soul.
And then
Rabbi Zush, that didn't understand what he's talking about.
exactly right. Exactly right.
See the bad.
He could not see anything but goodness. So even everything that's happening around him is amazing. So again, to say it is one thing, to think it is another thing, to actually be it is the level we're looking for. It's called dat in Hasidut. Dat is when we're connecting the thought with the heart. So whatever we think, we also feel and know. Okay, it's recognition and understanding. Okay, so going to what you said is when I start to ask myself, why is it bothering me? Why is this the thing that's happening around me right now is causing me to be paralyzed? To like, why it's happening to me? It's like I'm coming to a point. It's like, okay, I'm depressed, or I'm sad, or I'm like, I don't want to do anything anymore. Just going to bed and cover myself and put a pillow, and I don't want to hear anyone. I don't want anybody to see I'm here. I want to hide. Why do I get there? So the answer is simple. This is the animalistic soul don't know how to deal with it. Why? Because it had, we talked about it, and Rabbi Rodishner talked about it, he was here. There is a training of, okay, there's a training that I've trained myself to believe who I am. I believe I'm like this person. That's what an animalistic soul does, right? It
Created an image.
Create an image. And that image, I trained myself to believe this is who I am from the day I can have self-consciousness. And then suddenly, that image is somebody took a rock and threw it and it shattered. And I don't know what to do with myself. So the nefesh be'emet automatically, now Mr. What it does, it starts going into a fear, into excessive emotion, whatever it is, sadness, fear, anger, whatever it is. Okay, it doesn't know how to process. Okay?
Because the animal soul doesn't want to fail.
It doesn't want to fail because it has its own, all it has is itself.
Yep.
It's ego driven.
So it's self-preservation constantly of the animal soul.
Correct. So it's always, so we said there before. It's living fear all the time of not going to have what it wants to have, and once it has it, in fear not to lose it. So it's always in fear. It's always in fear because it's all you got is that this world doesn't have anything else. So if you're now telling me I'm stupid, oh my, if I thought I'm smart, and somebody tell me I'm stupid, I'm going to collapse. Okay, or somebody going to me I'm a bad person, or somebody, I'm going to fight about it like somebody hit me with a baseball bat in my hand. But the truth is that somebody just said something and it just shattered my image that I had about myself, and nobody even thinking this about me. It's only me. It's me with myself and my own issues.
So once we can shed that
so
ego,
when we have to ask ourselves a question. Okay, so this is the animalistic soul. What does the godly soul thinks? It looks at the guy at the animalistic soul and says, and it feels sorry for her. It's like, look, you're so pathetic. Like everything is gone. What are you even worry about? Move on, release. Okay, but it can't release. Okay, so the index is very simple. There's a test we can ask ourselves: who is in control? Godly soul or animalistic soul? If the feeling that I have right now, or what I'm going on, will bring me to a lack of action, that's from the godly soul and from the animalistic soul. This lack of action. I'm going to go into hiding. I'm going to go into a halt. I'm going to paralysis. I'm going to stop. Okay. If I can brush it off and move on like nothing happened, Baruch Hashem, everything's from God, amazing, that's the godly soul. So every time something that I'm experiencing bring me to a lack of action, okay, that's wrong, immediately remove it. There is no such a thing as lack of, and remember, godliness is always renewing all the time. Okay, something happened right now, who cares? It's already in the past, move on, next. Now I'm with something new. Okay, great. Not only that, by the way, godliness, the other Rebbe explained, just so you know.
30 seconds.
If right now, the way I'm behaving right now, okay? If now in my life, I'm holding in this particular level, just so you know, I erased everything that happened before. Like it never happened. That's why there's a power of tshuva. Why a person can do tshuva and erase everything? Why? Because God is only presence, there's no past. And the future didn't happen. God is only here, and whatever I'm doing right now, wherever I'm holding right now, it's like as if I've always been there. So how can we be upset if we really know this mindset? The only reason we can be upset is because we think there was a past, and I could have done better. I could have done this, and the other, and I'm agonizing about the past, and I'm afraid of the future, and that's why now I'm completely sabotaged. So we believe the past doesn't exist because but the past already existed. We don't care about it. It's already gone. The future doesn't exist yet. It didn't happen. It's only about here right now. And it may be to an action or lack of action. So it's all elevated lights. And if it's elevated light and God loves me, why am I worried? If I'm screaming, it's not a bad light, but I'm crying, then so you did half the job.
And if we can constantly realize that if I'm stressed or suffering in any way, it's my animal soul flaring up.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And when I can shift my animal soul to the back seat and put my godly soul back in the driver's seat, it means that I'm operating from a place of true trust
Yes.
and faith.
That everything's perfect.
Yes.
And it's as easy as doing this. You just have to let go of everything. Just listen, I'm switching, and you can just switch in a second. And I'm telling you, you know how when it happens to me sometimes, when I get a situation when I can't shake it off, I listen to a shiur of Mashpia. After like 3, 4, 5 sentences, that's it, it's gone. Move on. That's it. 3, 4 sentences. I hear it. I remember it. Then my mind remember everything. And okay, I remember the truth, and I move on.
Reprogramming.
Yeah. And it's reprogramming ourselves because we have been programmed for so many years. Okay, like we said, 5,751 years that we were programmed to believe that we are all we are is this material existence. And we're a spiritual being, we're not a physical being. And the whole idea is to bring the material of this world, the materiality of this world, to bring it to a elevated state of godliness. And that's what we talked about earlier, that we said that at the end everything is God. I mean, this is another hour of talk, but the materiality is actually even more godly than the spirituality. Why? Because material only God can create. Because if you take light, no matter how much you're going to minimize it and hide it and contract it and whatever, it's never going to become material. It's light. So materiality only God can create. So materiality is the essence of God. Not the light that's shining from God, it's the essence of God. So yeah, so that is just the opposite. That's what the Chassidut teaches. So when we're going to see it, we're going to see it in the redemption. It says that the road, if two Jews are going to walk on the road, and they're going to talk nonsense, the stone or the asphalt, wherever, going to open its mouth and says, "How do you dare walking on me? Who gives you the right to step on me when you're talking nonsense? If you're going to talk different Torah, words of Torah, you can keep walking. If not, get off me. If you're going to take a fruit from the tree and want to eat and you want to say a blessing, the fruit will talk to you. Hey, say a blessing before you eat." Okay, so this is not something new. This is within the Gemara. So basically, it is the whole world, the whole materiality. It's all created. Why? To reveal godliness. But the revelation cannot happen if it's going to become just God only. So God has to create a situation where we think we're separated, but we're not really separated. It's all oneness. It's all one. There's no separation. Separation, only the other side tells you, yeah, there is God, there is me. There is the creation many years ago. Now he's not. He's on vacation doing something else.
There's Ashkenazi,
There's
Spartan, Reform,
there's this,
Conservative.
there's all. So there's the redemption is all revealing the oneness.
Unity.
And all flesh so together. That they are all words of Hashem. Everybody together, it says, not just one person, not just two people. Everybody together, all flesh, even the animals. They all can see godliness. So in order to get there, this light that's happening in the world, I think it's everybody's together the same. But here's the problem: when it's going to the other side, everybody tries to make everybody similar.
That's a whole different discussion.
It's discussion, yeah, but we don't want to go there.
Okay.
We don't want to be similar. We want to be united. Okay, we're creating unity. Unity is a lot of details that becoming one, and there's one that create a beautiful picture. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you want those money?
Thank
We're
you.
good.
Yeah, well,
Thank you.
Bye,
Thank you.
everybody.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.